Hey, Bob. Right. I failed again. That girl doesn't like me at all.
That was heroic. Hey, Andrew. You have a nice act. Can I know you? Come on, you must be kidding on me. You really have to work on your tricks.
Right. Any suggestions?
Of course. Let me tell you the key. Sorry. That's my key. The key to approach the opposite sex.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul.
I'm Justin.
Our topic is the key to approach the opposite sex. Right. Oh.
Okay. Let us tell you why it's very important. As a college student, you must be eager to find love with a good date. So after this speech, you will have no options on choosing boyfriends and girlfriends.
Right. Okay. For this speech, we have read 5 best-selling books for falling in love. And as you know, there are so many worldwide famous popular books about falling in love that is written by foreign writers. But we think that only Taiwanese writers can provide good advices on this topic for Taiwanese people. So we choose a guy writer who is Zheng Kuangyu, and he has written 14 books about falling in love in every aspect. And we have chosen 5 of them. Now that we have chosen another writer, that is a Japanese woman, Chocho, and she's a very famous writer in Japan. She wrote about how girls can steal boys' hearts. So we have both opinions from both sexes. And both writers have been invited to universities and on talk shows to talk about their opinions. And also the guy writer was even reported by 7 different TV media networks in Taiwan. So we have done real research on this topic, and you can trust us on this. And next we're going to provide some very useful ideas for you guys.
Okay, so we'll continue our speech in the following orders. First, we are going to tell you what college boys are thinking. Second, we will talk about how to create opportunity to build a relationship. Finally, we will talk about some techniques for you to approach the person you want to get to know. The first 2 points are mainly for girls, but boys can also think about it. And however, the third point is for both sexes.
Okay. This is what boys want to tell girls. Well, when someone asks you this, do you love me? Well, maybe you can answer this. It doesn't matter if I love you or not, but if you think I love you or not. So that is the answer to his wife. That is by a psychology professor, Tsai, that he answered his wife the question, do you love me? And he said that it doesn't matter if I love you or not, but if you think I love you or not. The point is the other person's opinion. And that is very interesting logic, I think. And by this logic, we can also say that it doesn't matter how good you think you are, but how good the opposite sex thinks you are. Okay. Well, our first point is boys love hot girls. Please don't hit me. This is shallow, but people are shallow. I think that girls love hot boys too. And people just judge by the appearances, and I can prove this to you. You see, do you want to know this kind of guy? Do you want to date him? How about this one?
No.
Yeah? Maybe. So, you get the point. That you have to look nice to attract the opposite sex to notice you. And maybe the person would want to get to know you. And by nice, I mean that you present the best of yourself to people. And you can use, if you don't look beautiful naturally, you can use makeups, and maybe you can have some good hairstyle, and maybe you dress well, and you have a good body shape. That helps a lot. And that is, you just be as hot as you can be, and then you will have more options on choosing boyfriends and girlfriends. And our next part is, at least don't be fat. Well, according to the book Psychology of Beauty, that obesity not only kills people, but also kills opportunities for love. And being fat was the best thing in ancient China, but in Tang Dynasty, but not now. So in modern times, you just realize that the opposite sex thinks that they like people that are thinner or that they're medium, but not fat. So, okay, let me prove this to you again. Well, here we have two groups of people. Actually, they are two same persons. And this is the before and after pictures, before they lose weight and after they lose weight. Okay, so if now, assuming you have the freedom to choose which group you are going to go out with as your date, which group would you choose? If you choose before pictures, would you raise your hand? No? So maybe I can say that most people would like thinner looks. You see, there's much difference. Yeah. So if you are going to realize that people just love thinner looks, why don't you just become thinner? And you will have more options on choosing boyfriends and girlfriends that by being not fat. So that is our point. And the next part.
Okay, so now you have heard some views from boys, so we can move on to the next part. That is, we're going to tell you how to create opportunities and why it is very important. Girls, do you often think to yourself, why aren't cute guys pursuing you? Well, if you do, then maybe you should listen to this. We think the problem is that you never take the first step. And maybe you have the wrong attitude toward pursuing boys. Girls, do not wait for boys to pursue you. Create your own opportunities. In traditional contexts, girls are not allowed to pursue boys. You tend to wait boys to pursue you. But because not every good guys have opportunities and interests to pursue you, so it will make you lose many good chances to know more good guys. Second, make them feel needed. If you look too independent, like you don't need anyone, you may be discouraging boys from pursuing you. Men always have a desire to feel needed. And as long as they feel needed, they will feel better and they will be more willing to be with you. For example, when you have some problem with your computer, just ask the boys you like. He will be willing to help you. And the most important thing is that in the same time you create a great opportunity to have a conversation with the guy. Next. Correct attitude for a first meeting. Giving a guy a chance doesn't mean giving yourself to the guy. It's really very important. But whenever you see a guy in the streets and you know that he must be your Prince Charming, don't be shy, girls. Be courageous. Just take the first and the only move that is talk. Give him a smile and then leave all the following steps for him to pursue you. If he's not interested in you, you lose nothing. So why don't you give it a try? Next, satisfied. Satisfied. Yeah, right. Yeah. Be satisfied. Do not reject a good advance just because you think he's not good enough for you. Girls always set many standards for their Mr. Right, but normally these guys do not exist. You don't have to. There's no need to. There's no need to reject a 173 guy just because you want a 180. You have to give boys more time to prove they are good enough. And as the time passes, maybe you will find some advantage of the guy.
Okay, so far we have talked about how you can, talk about what boys want to tell girls, and also how do you create the own opportunities for yourself to approach the person you want to get to know. And the following, we're going to tell you some basic techniques for you to approach the person you want to get to know more easily. Okay, first, we have these 4 techniques, and the first would be unnecessary talk. But by unnecessary talk, we mean that you talk something that is unnecessary. But you can ask a question that is so obvious and not unnecessary. For example, you can, if you want to get to know this person, you can ask, are you a student? Are you in Professor Tsai's class? Well, are you a Justin's friend? Well, these are the questions that you already knew the answer would be positive. And you just ask them to get a positive answer. So you would have a better chance on continuing this conversation, better than with a negative answer. So you ask something that is unnecessary, or you can just talk something that is unnecessary.